We begin with Donald Trump and Barack Obama, two presidents once again colliding on the campaign trail. Once they stood side by side, shaking hands in a rare moment of civility at the 2018 funeral of former President George H.W. Bush. 6 years later, the two are back in the spotlight, not in quiet reflection, but in open confrontation. And it all began last Saturday when President Barack Obama delivered fiery speeches in both Virginia and New Jersey, taking sharp aim at the Trump administration while rallying support for Democratic gubernatorial candidates Abigail Spanberger and Mikie Sherrill ahead of next week's elections. Speaking to a packed audience at Old Dominion University in Norfolk, Virginia, Obama warned that the nation was in a pretty dark place.
Lord knows we need that light. We need that inspiration. Because let's face it, our country and our politics are in a pretty dark place right now. It's hard to know where to start. Because every day, this White House offers up a fresh batch of lawlessness and recklessness and mean-spiritedness and just plain craziness.
The Nobel Peace Prize winner also mocked Trump's focus on the White House's lavish renovations amid the government shutdown. Now, this government shutdown is in its 6th week and is now threatening to become the longest in American history.
As for the president, he has been focused on critical issues like paving over the Rose Garden so folks don't get mud on their shoes. And gold plating the Oval Office and building a $300 million ballroom. So Virginia, here's the good news. If you can't visit a doctor, don't worry. He will save you a dance.
Now, polls show Spanberger, a former CIA officer and 3-term congresswoman, leading her Republican rival, Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Sears, by a comfortable margin. Now, if elected, Spanberger would become Virginia's first female governor. Her opponent, a U.S. Marine Corps veteran, has campaigned on cultural issues, including restrictions on transgender athletes. Spanberger, on the other hand, used the rally to argue that Virginians need a governor who will speak up when reckless economic policies out of Washington hurt the economy, pointing to rising housing, health care, and energy costs. Obama praised her as one of the most bipartisan members of Congress, saying she had real practical plans to strengthen schools, grow the economy, and lower costs.
So Abigail has real practical plans to grow the economy and strengthen Virginia's schools and lower the cost of everything from housing to health care to energy.
The former president also traveled up the I-95 corridor to Newark, New Jersey, to campaign for Democratic candidate Mikie Sherrill, a former Navy helicopter pilot and federal prosecutor. There he continued his sharp critique of President Trump's leadership, saying, "It's like every day is Halloween, except it's all tricks and no treats."
We've got a top White House aide who calls Democrats, the whole Democratic Party, domestic extremists. And then we've got some poor labor economist who got fired for accurately reporting bad job numbers that Trump didn't like. It's like every day is Halloween, except it's all tricks and no treats.
The New Jersey race between Sherrill and Republican Jack Ciattarelli is tighter than Virginia's, with polls showing a single-digit lead for the Democrat in a deep blue state. Now, amid enthusiastic endorsements, Obama also touched on allegations that President Trump and his family have profited from cryptocurrency ventures. He further criticized the president's use of artificial intelligence videos depicting himself as a crowned figure flying a fighter jet. And as the former president's words echo across both Virginia and New Jersey, voters now face a choice that could set the tone for the 2026 midterm elections and perhaps reveal whether Obama's voice still holds the power to shift America's political tides.
Want the facts?
The latest developments?
News that gets straight to the point.
Well, we've got all three just for you. This is Firstpost Live, a brand new show, your window into what really matters.
Don't miss it.